I want to share the settings for Cyberpunk, and more than that, I want to share how I figured that out so you can learn how to do this yourself, so you don't have to depend on me or anyone else to tell you the settings for every single game. So let me show you the results first. With my settings, the game is trying to output 797 nits on this LGC1. That's very good. So we have here the same result, 797, that light source right there. We have here the same result, 797. We have here this beautiful animal here, 649. There's no light sources, but this is looking phenomenal. We have, I already showed you this, we have this light here, 797. So on the game, let me show you the settings on the game, and then I'm gonna tell you how I arrived to that conclusion, and also share how you can figure out the black level, because the game has the black level raised. So we have to achieve that result, actually we have to select 600 here. So what that means is that this lighter is messed up. That's what it means, because if you set this up to 800, the game is gonna try to output a lot more than 800, over 1000 nits actually. So I do 200 here, 600, and just leave this midpoint on the default value, and I use HDR sRGB, which is supposed to have better colors because it is actually 16 bits down to 10 bits. So the game is looking fantastic, but it has the black level raised. So the black level on your TV, let me show you. So you go to settings here and screen brightness. The black level is 44 on my TV. It might vary slightly for yours. Maybe on your TV it's gonna be 45. And then on top of that, just to fine tune that black level, I am using here under Game Optimizer this fine tune dark areas, which is the same as to raise the black level, but it is smaller increments. So this fine tune dark areas in 3. So this, if you raise this number, you are raising the black level, but in smaller increments. So one click on this level of 44, if I raise that to 45, I no longer have perfect blacks. And fine tune dark areas with this on 3, I still have perfect blacks, and if I raise it to 4, then I no longer have perfect blacks. So how can you figure out that black level? What I did is go to the benchmark. So I hit run the benchmark, and what happens on this benchmark is, before starting, what I do is this. Let me tell you what I do here, because this is what you have to figure it out on every single game, and this is the most difficult part about calibrating that HDR. So I have this control here, and on this black, you saw that black screen. On that split second, what I do, I wasn't able to do it now because I was talking. But what I do in that split second before entering the game, you see that black screen, I raise this to 45, and I no longer have perfect blacks. So on 44 is perfect black, so 0 candelas, so all the pixels are off. And if I do this 45, boom, I no longer have perfect blacks. And why is that a good opportunity? Because that black screen before the game starts, before the benchmark starts, is in engine. That's in engine, so that's what it is going to matter. So for example, when you just open the game, you see Cyberpunk, you see a bunch of logos. The black level seems to be normal, seems to be like as normal, 50. So that doesn't have any problem. But in engine, actually, it is raised. The black level is raised. So also, when you're playing the game after you finish every single mission, the same happens. Same thing happens. You get a black screen, and that black screen is in engine. So this result is consistent. I already tried multiple times in cutscenes. When you end the cutscene, when you're gonna start playing the game, it's the same. So that's what you do on the games. You take a screenshot to make sure the game is trying to output the 800 nits if your display is 800 nits or 1000 depending on your display. And then after you set that up, of course you have to set up the midtones, which is usually 180. So it's usually 800 and 180, but in this case, because I have to lower that black level, I set the midtones to 200. And but you cannot trust on the game sliders. You have to take the screenshot and use that app, the HDR WCG image viewer, which you can get on the Microsoft Store for free. If you have a console, the same. Take a screenshot on the console and open that on your PC. As simple as that. Just open the screenshot on your PC and you are all set. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, my intention, more than tell you the settings, I want you to learn to do it yourself, because maybe you're playing a game that I'm not going to play, or nobody else is playing, and you are not getting the best HDR results because you are always depending on somebody telling you the settings, and there's no reason to depend on anyone. That's why I'm sharing this information, so you can figure this out yourself for every single game. So let me know if you have any questions. But really, this Cyberpunk HDR, it is fantastic, but it was so difficult to set up. I mean, for me it was easy after knowing what I know, but at the beginning, like 2 months ago, I was not able to set this HDR because I didn't know enough. And for me, this HDR was broken, and it is broken. If you have a slider that is not doing what is, if you have a slider that you set to 800 and the game is trying to do 1000, that's broken. That's broken. And if you have the black level raised, that's broken too. But I was able to fix it like that. You can do the same in some instances, and now the game is just perfect. The colors are perfect. Midtones, the peak brightness is, everything is perfect. Like, I have no issue with the game right now, and I would actually recommend you to use the HDR from the game. 2 months ago I said just use HLG because I didn't know how to set this HDR. It was too difficult. I didn't know, I didn't know how to do it, and it is broken. I was right in saying that the HDR is broken. It is broken. You need to fix it, and it is fixable. Sometimes it is not fixable. So yeah, and what I'm using for the settings on the game before the recording stop, I am using all the settings on high. Yeah, I need to do some testing. Maybe there are some settings I can max out here, but just to get a higher frame rate, I'm using everything on high. And then the DLSS in performance or auto, which is basically performance and sharpness 0. So I can get 100 frames. Usually on the city it's more 90 to 100, and the interior places I get 100, sometimes a little bit over that. But yeah, it feels responsive. The game was updated. It has received some updates, so I'm giving it a try now. I haven't played the game yet because so many issues. I was, let me wait. I was saying, let me just wait until they really fix it, because yeah, it's not worth, it was broken. The game was too bad. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and